numbers by themselves do not mean anything unless you make them mean something. So if you're playing a brand new game and I say you have 1 million HP and you're like, oh my God, like you don't know what that 1 million means. That could be another game's 10 HP. Now, if I say I give you a sword and you haven't played the game yet and I say this thing does 10 damage, you don't know what 10 damage translates to. It doesn't mean something by itself. So you don't have a concept. It's other things that make it make sense. In a game, if you have a normal sword and then you can find a +5 sword, the +5 we don't get to feel unless you give us the before and after. If you told me the sword started at 20 damage, but then I just found the sword at +5 and I pick it up in the stats instead of 20 damage, it has 50, I get to feel that because you gave me a landing, you gave me a base. So you made the 50 mean something. The reason I'm talking about this is because these numbers behind me, I feel like this in all games. Now, they're not doing anything wrong. All the Game Doctor design and stuff is not to say you're doing something wrong. It's just to say just because you're not doing something wrong doesn't mean you're doing something great. When I look behind me, I always see these numbers, but then in my head, I realize I always go through this feeling of, I don't necessarily know if that's good or not. We can look here, and if you're looking at it with me for the first time, we don't necessarily know if this stuff is good. Is ball speed 7.84 good? And it reminds me of that thing that I always teach. Well, I probably don't know because they're not allowing me to know. Unless I really, really understand this game, I would never know if that ball speed is good. So I'm starting to realize, what if we just started to adopt a pendulum system where games always have a baseline as a graph, right? And we show like, there's this is average. And so when we show a character and I click on a character for a first time and I see like this, they're selling me the same idea. They're still saying 40 HP, but they're letting me know where it is because I have a reference point. So if I click on a different character and it goes like this, I'm gonna know, hey, oh, they have like a more average HP. Oh, that other guy had a lot of HP. But you show that visually through this like paradigms, like through a pendulum system. So if you just visually show a baseline and then you play with those things, we have a reference point. But if you don't, we don't. And everyone does it this way, so we all copy each other, so gamers are not gonna see anything wrong because gamers don't understand design. They're not gonna get you ahead ever. So in early access, that's why you don't get this kind of information. That's why you would see a professional. But can we just start adopting a visual tell of where we're at so the numbers mean something? Because otherwise they don't. And you can see that even the best developers in the industry, like Kenny Sons and stuff, we don't have these conversations, right? Please, like, come up with some kind of visual system. Otherwise, these don't mean anything. For more Game Doctor information, GameDoctor.net, or you can check us out on our socials.